Hey lovely sexy gaming people, welcome to today's video, which is going to be Dungeons & Dragons Adventure issue 8. I've literally in the last 10 minutes taken delivery of my subscription. I get my free binder with this issue, so that's really nice. We'll have a look at that. Issue 7 I've already done. This is my second copy because I wanted 2 sets of the glow-in-the-dark dice, just because. So we got issue 8 that we're going to have a look at. We get issue 9, which looks like we get another tin, and issue 10 with what looks like some mini metal dice. So that's cool. Right, let's pop those aside. Let's have a look at the binder first. So yeah, it's a really nice cover. It's standard Hachette fare, to be quite honest. The only thing we're missing is in this one, unlike the Imperium or Stormbringer collections, there's nothing printed on the inside, but we have full page dividers this time instead of the tabbed ones, and these look nice. They're okay, you know. I would prefer to see these things made out of more of a vinyl plastic, just so they're a little bit more hard wearing. But the binder looks great. We should get 4 as standard in this collection. So hopefully that will equate out, because there's 4 sections here. We've got Sage Advice, Character Creation, Lore, and Adventures. So hopefully that will equate to 1 section per binder. Let's just get that off. So I shall take a little bit of time to divvy up my magazines into the relevant sections after this. Now, Dungeons & Dragons issue 8, we get some really funky dice with this. I like that. And now then, have a look at the dice in a mo. So here we go. Getting ahead of myself. Sizes. So character sizes. Most of us will play either a small or a medium character. You know, so halflings are small, humans are a medium size. Fairies are tiny, and then you have large, huge, and gargantuan. So each creature will officially take up a space on the gridded floor, as it were. Not everybody runs an adventure with a gridded floor, so normally your 1-inch square represents, the majority of the time, represents 5 feet. So creatures will have bases that will take up a certain number of squares, and that will be their kind of like based on their size, etc. So most medium creatures will normally have like around about a 25mm base, if you're using miniatures in your games, that is. And you know, obviously that represents 5 feet, the particular base, a 5 feet circle or 5 foot square. So yeah, on with sizes. Spell areas of effect. So this is from an earlier part of the article, where they were talking about cones, cubes, spheres for the effect, etc. And here it's explaining it a lot better. Actually, this works really well. I like this. Sorcerer's Lightning Bolt spell or a Black Dragon's Acid Breath. So yeah, I like how they're explaining that one. And then obviously you've got cone and cylinders, etc. Mounted combat. Okay, so because we're ship bound in the adventure that I'm on at the moment, we're not getting much use for horse combat. But I shall read this with interest. Controlling your mount. Once they're mounted, a character has two options: control the mount or let it act independently. Mounts used to riders, such as domesticated horses and donkeys, are controlled by the character. Intelligent mounts, such as a dragon or Pegasus, act independently. Controlled mounts share the same initiative order as the character riding it and move as that character directs it. These mounts can act and move on the turn they're mounted, but have only 3 action options available: dash, disengage, and dodge. Okay. I used to have a horse. He was a Cleveland Bay cross warmblood, and nearly 3/4 of a ton. If he stood on your foot, you knew about it. So I can't understand. They're mounted but have only 3 actions. I can't understand why, trample isn't an option. Unless things like that are included in separate stat blocks for those animals. Alignment. A battle between the forces of good and evil. In D&D, it's rarely that simple. So you can, as you create your character, you can have different alignments like lawful good, chaotic good, neutral good, lawful evil, neutral evil, chaotic evil, and so on. Here we go, look. Lawful good. So the 9.5 alignments. Unaligned, not strictly an alignment, and unavailable to player characters. This encompasses any being which lacks rational thought, such as a beast or construct. So here we go. We have lawful good, neutral good, chaotic good, lawful neutral, neutral, chaotic neutral, lawful evil, neutral evil, and chaotic evil. And of course, you can then play your character. So if you're chaotic good, so my friend Emily, who's a rogue charlatan, she's chaotic good, and she'll just randomly do stupid stuff that may or may not actually get you injured. So this can help flesh out your character and how you play your character in the game, in the adventure. So you would, for example, you might make choices based on what that person's alignment is. So if they were chaotic evil, then they might, do things like, yeah, we're going to stab the puppy sort of thing. You know what I mean? And it can make an encounter really interesting, because you might have a plan to deal with a monster or something like that, but the person that's like evil might have something entirely different in their mind of what they want to do. So not only do you have to worry about the monster, you might need to worry about those potentially random effects that chaotic evil person might throw in to your encounter with that monster. Tools. Having the right tool for the job can make your life even easier. Okay. Tools are handy items that help your character achieve something they couldn't otherwise do, such as pick a lock, craft a repair, an item, or forge a document. You might expect tools to mostly be associated with craftspeople, artificers, or tinkers, but any character might be proficient with a tool. This is usually determined by their species, class, or background. So some characters might have proficiency in lockpicking, which when, for example, a thief, so when it comes to getting into locked dungeon rooms or locked chests, they will have proficiency, which means that they have a better chance when they roll the dice of actually opening that lock and getting inside whatever it is you're trying to open. So yeah, disguise kit. So toolkits here: disguise kit, forgery kit, gaming set, herbalism kit, navigator's tools. Oh, that could be interesting. Prisoner's kit. Oh, sorry, poisoner's kit, I should say. Thieves' tools, and then we have artisan's tools here. So these special tools include everything needed to pursue a craft or trade. Proficiency with a set of artisan's tools lets the character add their proficiency bonus to any ability checks they make while practicing this craft. Each type of artisan's tools requires a separate proficiency. So, okay, there's different tools. And different sets of stuff will weigh differently, and depending on how your excuse me, depending on how your dungeon master wants to play it, they may be strict about how much you can carry, or they may not be. So far, our DM hasn't been particularly strict about what we can carry, which has been great. So, character creation, Outlander. Heed the call of the wild with D&D survival specialist background. So, Outlander talents. Given the tough ways of the wild, your Outlander character will be proficient in the athletics and survival skills. Excuse me, I don't know what's wrong with my voice today. Both particularly useful in wilderness settings. They'll also start out proficient in a single type of musical instrument and know an extra language of your choice. In addition, they'll gain access to the Handy Wanderer feature, which means they'll always be able to find fresh food and water for themselves and up to 5 others. That's handy. Out in the wilds. This feature also means your Outlander will have good head for geography, making them the party's best map reader and guide once they leave the bounds of society. Oh, excuse me. Neverwinter. Okay. Once known as the Jewel of the North, the city of Neverwinter was rent into by a volcanic eruption half a century ago. Now the fabled city of skilled hands has rebuilt itself, welcoming merchants, craft folk, and adventurers from across the Faerun. The city of Neverwinter lies on the Sword Coast, north and west of the high road from the city of Waterdeep. It stands in the shadow of the fuming volcano Mount Hotanau, very good, which violently erupted almost 50 years ago. This cataclysm forged a gaping chasm in the underground and split Neverwinter in two. The ruined city was beset by all manner of bandits, monsters, and even agents of hell. Dagult Neverember Dagult Neverember is the Lord Protector of Neverwinter, ruling in the absence of a true heir of the Alagondar family to Neverwinter's crown. Many believe the royal line is dead, but Lord Neverember even, takes no chances, quietly paying off or disposing of anyone claiming a connection to the bygone rulers. So, Law C, Factions 4. The Lord's Alliance. The nobility of Sword Coast nations have formed a coalition to protect their power and wealth against chaos and evil. Everyone wants to sleep at night and feel safe in their homes, and this is the driving ethos of
The Lord's Alliance. The powerful organisation makes the bad things go away, removing deadly threats before the town mayor even knows about them, and fighting things the average citizen has never even heard of. Okay, that's cool. Revel's End. The prison complex of Revel's End, situated in the frigid, misty coast of the Sea of Moving Ice, is controlled by the Lord's Alliance. Its prisoners have either committed a serious crime against a member of the city and received a sentence of a year or more, or the offender has political connections that make incarceration in another facility less dependable. So we have alliance members here. The number of members of the Council of Lords Group's governing body shifts depending on the changing status of member cities and political tensions in the region. Currently, the Lords Alliance counts these individuals as council members. Laeral Silverhand, Dagult Neverember, or Neverember, Tairn Hornblade, Ulda Ravenguard, Morwen Daggerford, Celine Raymore, Dowell Harpel, Dagnabbit Waybeard, Lord Downer Ilzimmer, and Nestra Druthiol. So there you go. And then we come into our encounter. So, encounter overview. Lady Kiris Daunt, a visiting noble from Neverwinter, announces a grand tourney to celebrate Fandalin's heroes. Unknown to all, Lady Daunt's life is in mortal danger. As the tourney plays out, the adventurers uncover a plot to usurp Lady Daunt's title, a dastardly scheme masterminded by her own knight, Sir Bertolot Malsa. The adventurers can thwart the plot by defeating Sir Malsa, earning them a sizable reward from Lady Daunt. Okay, that sounds cool. So it's a VIP. Does she look a little bit like Cersei from Game of Thrones? Meeting Lady Daunt. Lady Kiris Daunt. There's a little background box there. Exploring the fairground, archery contest, hog hurling contest. That should be interesting. If you've got a barbarian, I'm sure that they will potentially get first place. Battle of the Bards, the Grand Tourney, Sir Malsa's plot, and then we've got obviously the stat blocks. So we've got Noble, stat block, Sir Bertolot Malsa, and then we have a warhorse. So sensitive, passive perception 11, no languages, proficiency bonus +2, trampling charge. There you go. That's what we were talking about earlier. Hooves, melee weapon attack, +6 to hit, reach 5 feet, 1 target, hit 11, 2d6 +4. So I'm assuming that's hit points. Bludgeoning damage, or is it? No, hit 11, 2d6 +4. Okay. Yeah, so its hit points are 3d10 +3 over there. Speed 60 foot. Cool. Let's have a look at these dice, because these look pretty. I'm liking the look of these. Get them open. Oh, they are. I mean, they've obviously just been painted and then most of the paint wiped off the raised areas by the look of it. I mean, that's a chunky D6. What's our D20 roll like? Because that's our main puppy. 18. The numbers on this are actually quite small, so you may struggle. That's an 8. You may struggle to see these. That's a 17. That's a 4. That's a 12. Do you know, I can't make that one out. It looks like a picture. So I wonder if that's the 20 or a 1. No, there's the 1. 11, 4, 18, 2, 12, 10, 17, 3, 19 again. I wonder if that is, that little like icon is going to be the 20. Yeah, because I'm not seeing 20 on this. So, yeah, okay. So that could be the 20. I think it's meant to be an ampersand. So it's the and from Dungeons and Dragons. I think it's meant to be an ampersand. So, yeah, there you go. It seems, mine seems to be rolling, you know, high-low. So that's cool. Right, yeah. So there you go. Slightly better look at your dice. Yeah, and you got the ampersand on the D12 here. Yeah, and so yeah, the highest number is going to be the little and symbol from the Dungeons and Dragons logo. So the ampersand is the highest number, except for on your D4 when it is literally a 4, and your D100 possibly. I know it's ampersand on that as well, and on the D8, and on the D10. So there you go. That's your dice and your magazine. So hope you enjoyed that, and hopefully you'll join me in the next video. All right, take care. Bye bye.